Acha, let me just ask the audience, how many of you all are familiar with this still in my on my t-shirt? Okay. So yeah. No, I thought, what should I wear? Should I have one Johnny Vietnam t-shirt and one this one? And I had one more I have, which is from Hum Dono.
He was so sweet when he got my book. He wore a Hum Dono t-shirt and held my book and got a picture clicked. I was like completely dazzled by that.
So basically, we are both fans of Vijay Anand and Devanand, and for a long time she didn't have my number. So for 3 4 years she's not contacted me, and then when she wrote this book, I came to know of it after it's been published and released, and then I read it, and actually the day she told me about it, I spoke to her, and somebody gave me a copy of this. You will like this, and मैं उसी रात पढ़ लिया. Then I texted her and said it's lovely. Then today on the way also I was just browsing through it. So I just want to ask you. I mean, I didn't know she is 1 year my junior in the institute, and I didn't know that she has this hidden talent. I know she's a big Hindi film fan, and especially Vijay Anand and Dev Anand. And you've also done Chhod Do Anchal, no?
Yeah, as a
she's
song
in one of our song
picturization.
picturizations. She has done Chhod Do Anchal, which is I think every Holi it must be being played. So those are all our FTI memories. And so Tanuja, tell me about. I mean, in your book, before that you write about your parents. One, your mom was a film buff completely, and used to write her own reviews in her sort of a little diary. And your dad was a critique of movies, especially. So how
Hindi
did you?
cinema.
So how did you sort of manage and sort of make it all happen? And when did it start for you?
I think, like all good children, we just listened to our mother and ignored our father. So, my mother was a huge Devanand fan. She was like massive. And she's no longer in this world, but I'm very, very proud to say that during the premiere of Pyar Mohabbat, we'd actually gone to the premiere, and there's the photograph of my mother just gazing at Devanand as if she'll eat him up. And that was my first sakshatkar with Dev Sahab. I was 5, I had very curly hair, and I used to wear these gold rings, and he picked me up in his godi, and he touched my earring and said, "Little gypsy," and I started howling, something my brothers never forgave me for. But for me, it was like, oh, that man on screen is a man. I was so petrified of him. So later, when I was working with Dev Sahab, I used to always remind him, "Sir, aapne mujhe godi mein uthaya tha." He said, "Not now." So I think from there, my brothers, Raghavan, those days on Sunday mornings in Delhi, they used to screen all 1950s black and white films. So I used to be taken for all Devanand films. So I've seen Baat Ek Raat Ki and all that there. And also Dara Singh films, which will seem like an anomaly to you. And I used to be terrified of people beating each other up. So I used to start weeping. So they said, "Isko Dara Singh ka film ke liye nahi le jayenge." So I saw a lot of Devanand. So Devanand, like all Indian cinegoers, we don't think director करके कोई चीज़ होती है. It's Devanand. But FTI opened gates for me.
I mean, my first, I think, you think of certain movies that make you want to be in this business. Of course, you don't know what the business is and what it's all about. So for me, it was Johnny Mera Naam, which I think it's Alpana in Pune. Or was it Vasant? I don't remember. But I think it's Alpana Cinema. And so my dad they are middle class and government, and also हम लोग upper stalls में line था. And the balcony line is smaller. And already 6 बज गए. I said, let's go there. उधर ticket जल्दी मिल जाएगा, kind of a thing. And finally, we got the tickets, but thanks to the newsreel and all that, I could manage to see the beginning. And when I saw Johnny Mera Naam for the first time, I mean, I must have seen it many, many more times after that. So that impact, somehow it's one of those strange films that I still get that same goosebumps and that same feeling with that movie. And likewise, and after that, I started discovering the later Vijay Anand, Devanand films I used to, of course, watch. But then Pune also had this matinee culture, where older movies used to come with the 12 baje ka show and 10:30 baje ka show and much cheaper tickets. So all these movies, Baat Ek Raat Ki and I mean so many of them, you know, which are
Patita.
Solwa Saal and all these, I watched them on big screen. So I think, yeah, we can just talk about our love for these movies, but we should have some focused thing. I think there are students also.
Yeah,
here.
one thing I would like to also add here was that Dev Sahab, amongst the three, Raj Kapoor, Dilip Kumar, Dev Sahab was like completely something, spoke about him to our generation. And Dev Sahab started making films before we were born, any of us. But there was this positivity, there was this charm, there was this optimism, never say die. That other heroes had, they were very suffering. हम लोग को वो we are small, we are stupid, but हमको suffering नहीं पसंद आता था. So that insouciance that Dev Sahab had, that cheekiness of, you know, कुछ भी हो, I'll get on top of situation. I think that, so he traversed, literally my mother loved him, my brothers loved him, and he'd already reached 3 generations down to me, and then it just went on. So that I think is very amazing about his stardom.
Now, I think most of the, at least the front rows, they've all probably seen all those movies and multiple times. But there are a lot of youngsters I see. I don't know how many of you all watch these movies or want to watch them. So, what is better? I mean, to read your book and then watch them, or what do you think?
That'll be a tough one. I think I'll go by what responses I've been getting for the book. So lots of people start reading the book and then go back to watch the film saying, is there all that she's saying there is in it? So to my young students, I've always shown any class I've taught, it always ends with a Devanand Vijayanand film. Always, and it works like magic. Always. So I would say आप जाके देखिए, किताब पढ़िए, लेकिन किताब पढ़ के देखेंगे तो मज़ा डबल हो जाएगा.
And her book is full of, I mean, I have sort of seen all these movies and read so much about the brothers and so on, but still there were so many new things I didn't know about, you know, which came through the book, and I think that's thanks to your sort of spending, she's actually spent time working with them for how many?
3 years, 2.5, 3 years.
Which is like,
yeah.
Too good, you know. After I passed out, I must tell you, I have met both of them once, twice each. Once, Vijayanand I met only once. I went to him and to Ketna when I said ki I wanted to have this. I had this idea of, you know, doing these like Alfred Hitchcock presents, no, Vijayanand presents, that kind of a thing, you know.
Oh wow!
Which just get some nice little half-an-hour stories. That's for television. Then the only time I met him and he told me, like, you know, see, if I come on the small screen, then that's the end of the big screen for me. Then unfortunately after anyway after a year or two he started Tehqiqat. I said, yaar, ye main bhi kar sakta tha, kind of a thing, you know.
Oh.
So that was one. And my Devanand story I'll tell you later, because let's talk about my story is a funny one. So
basically, like a lot of you all must be knowing Guide and then all of Goldie Saab's work post Guide, which is Teesri Manzil, Jewel Thief, Johnny Mera Naam, Tere Mere Sapne, which is where I actually finished the book, because I don't go into films after that. But he will stand testimony to the fact that a lot of black and white Vijay Anand, we actually got to see thanks to P.K. Nair Saab from Film Archive. Because I remember seeing 9 do 11 for the first time in FTI. I saw Tere Ghar Ke Samne. I was like, where was I all these years, and why didn't I ever get to watch a brilliant film like that? Or even a Hum Dono. And we had lovely, like real chakachak prints from Master Negatives, you know. So the whole introduction to, I think, black and white has happened. May I ask also for you in FTII, or?
No, much before. I mean, I realized very early ki I am not good at much else than watching all these movies, you know. So I used to go and watch. So I've seen all of them in matinee shows and the prior ones also. So yeah, I've seen, but I still find there are some Devanand films I've still not seen. He's made so many that suddenly you'll come across something on like Badban. I've still not seen that. It's supposed to be a beautiful film, but I've not seen that.
कुछ print उसका आंधियाँ का कुछ शायद है नहीं prints. But one thing that Raghavan and I were just discussing amongst ourselves before we did this session was that what was so wonderful about their cinema was the inversion that Goldie Sahab did practically with every film. So if I will sort of exemplify. So normally star-crossed lovers, fighting parents is always a tragedy till Sairat. It's a tragedy. Goldie will take the same theme, but he'll turn it into a comedy. Now that is something so brilliant. He'll do a Hum Dono, which is a war film, but the film is not about war or the soldiers. It's about the havoc it wreaks in the women. So the women stay at the core of really Hum Dono. The mothers, the wife, the beloved. And that kind of a inversion, even the first film he's doing, first film is, I call it his diploma film. Because like us, he's trying out 1,000 things, he's doing a road film and then it'll turn wheels and become a suspense thriller and this elongated climax and all the rest of it. But he is, his greatest contribution, according to me, and you'll of course stand testimony, that right from the get-go, Goldie Saab's different from every filmmaker who's come before him. Everybody. And I'm saying it challenge से. दो चीज़ें, एक तो सारे बड़े जो दिग्गज थे, बिमल रॉय, राज कपूर, गुरुदत्त, महबूब खान साहब, they have all come from villages or small town India. Goldie was a Bombay boy. He was brought up, he was born in Gurdaspur, but he's brought up in a cosmopolitan melting pot like Bombay. So those values, that kind of, modernism, the Western, I would say a Western kind of an approach. Because in a Kala Bazaar, you've got first of all a black marketeer who is just the flotsam of a big city. And then you've got this woman, the heroine, who instead of telling him, tu chor banja, daku banja, if you want my heart, she's telling me, mera saath chahiye, to tumko upar utna hoga. Wow, that's a woman telling, मैं morally यहाँ हूँ. And Goldie Saab will not just do that. When he will start, after that, the अपनी तो हर आह एक तूफान है, he's actually got her on the upper berth. So every time Dev Saab has to look, he has to look up at her. She's always looking down at him. So those kind of, beautiful things he would tuck in. And then, of course, to make life difficult, Wahida is in love with Vijay Anand, playing a cameo in the film, the actor we see. And she's in love and engaged to him. So it's a 60s film and you've done a double whammy.
No, and also it's quite, I remember even as a kid when I watched it, so what is the story? It's a black marketer who comes across a girl and she hates black marketers and she tears up the tickets bought in black. And he sort of finds that very, he's very curious and he starts stalking her. Even though she's got a boyfriend, he eavesdrops on them. And these are things which today we'll all frown on, But that time it was done in a manner which he follows them all the way. They are going to Ooty, so वहाँ भी चला जाता है. Then that beautiful song which is, अपनी तो हर where he's alluding to her, but it looks like to her parents he's talking about the Upar wala.
The bhajan, it starts like a bhajan and then it turns into this, everybody is like, लड़की के लिए कह रहा है कि नहीं भगवान के लिए. So yeah. तो ये तो मैंने and then तेरे घर के सामने is just wonderful because his eye for casting I think was just totally amazing. Nutan and Dev Saab had done a lot of films together. They were just marvelous together. Dev Saab किसके साथ अच्छे नहीं लगते थे. मुझे एक हीरोइन बता दो. मधुबाला, वहीदा जी, Suchitra Sen, Hema Malini and Devanand, absolutely, Zeenat Aman and Devanand, Tina Muni and Devanand, it goes on and on and on. So he had this whole sort of a range. But Tere Ghar Ke Samne, Goldie gets Harendranath Chattopadhyay to play this very, westernized, Baap, and there's a Desi Baap played by Om Prakash ji. And they hate each other. We are never told why they hate each other.
No, I think it's just an ego.
It's just an ego. ये शुरू से ही झगड़ा है. नहीं, but नीलामी से पहले दुश्मनी है. And Devanand plays an architect, so both get him to build a house. They like the same design. And the girl doesn't know that he's the Dushman's son. classic Romeo Juliet, but the inversions he's doing, and the subtracks he's doing.
And what you were telling me outside, na, alluding to the larger picture of the film, what all its.
Yeah, because this is something very wonderful that I've been sharing with Sriram also. Goldie Saab, Dev Saab's films were very connected to India. India is very, very vital for these people. एंड देव साहब के फिल्म में आप अगर उनके एज ए डायरेक्टोरियल उसमें भी देखें तो 1978 में देव साहब इलीगल इमिग्रेशन पे फिल्म बनाते हैं देश परदेश. सो दे आर वेरी मच इन ट्यून विद व्हाट इज़ कंटेम्प्रेरी इंडिया, हर प्रॉब्लम्स एंड ऑल. सो दैट टाइम द इंडो चाइना वॉर हैड हैपेंड. सो द मूड, एंड अभी हम लोग थोड़े से सब सिनिकल और थोड़े से ऐसे हो गए हैं, लेकिन उस समय जो ग्लूम था देश में, हारे थे इतनी बुरी तरह. अभी आज़ादी मिली थी, इतनी बुरी तरह हमारे को ड्रमिंग मिली थी चाइनीज सोल्जर से. सो द मूड वॉज सो रॉन्ग. एंड देन गोल्डी साहब मेक्स दिस कॉमेडी. उसमें देर इज़ अ सीक्वेंस, आई मीन इतना स्ट्रेट बात कहते हैं. And now Nutan knows that he is the enemy's son. So she's saying, how long will we go on hiding? So he opens a door between both houses. And he says, Baitho idhar, I'll tell you. Saying, झगड़ा सुलझाने के दो तरीके हैं, एक चीनी तरीका, एक हिंदुस्तानी तरीका. सो शी सेज, चीनी तरीका क्या है? ही सेज, मैं मसलन तुम्हारे घर में ज़बरदस्ती घुस जाऊँ, विच इज़ वॉट दे डन, दे वर टेकिंग टेरिटरीज फ्रॉम अस. तुम्हारे घर ज़बरदस्ती घुस जाऊँ, बंदूक चलाऊँ और तुम्हें वहाँ से खींच के ले जाऊँ. एंड शी सेज, हिंदुस्तानी तरीका मतलब पंचशील का तरीका. Nehru's Panchsheel, which is what gave rise to NAM and all these kind of, non-aligned movements that this thing was. So always, that reference would be there. And the climax of the film, which is so brilliant, actually brings this point home that two neighbors, how do you want to live with each other? So the hero needs immense conviction. So he asks, he says, क्या जिसके पड़ोस में रहना है उससे भला नफ़रत कब तक? दोस्ती कीजिएगा तो दोस्ती मिलेगी, बैर कीजिएगा तो बैर मिलेगा. तो आज के ज़माने में अगर हम वो फिल्म देखें तो इट हैज़ ट्रांसेंडेड टाइम, द जोग्राफिकल लोकेशन, एंड इट्स एक्चुअली आस्किंग आवर नेबर्स, मतलब कब तक चलेगा ये तमाशा हम लोग का. सो देयर वाज ऑफ कोर्स that and even in a guide, or I will we'll talk films later. First I want to, because Sriram has such a great body of work and he has been very influenced by his own admission by Goldie Saab. So I want to ask Sriram two questions. One, now when you watch him, now that you're a practitioner who's made so many films, what is that about Goldie Saab which you really appreciate till now? And you can also tell them his entire sort of skill sets also.
I mean, see, when I initially watched all those films, we just loved them. You find them fun. You find them, the music and the whole entire, the package is wonderful. Then by and by, when I start watching it more often, and then, of course, along with that, I'm also watching a whole lot of other 70s films. There are so many other good filmmakers also, but with him, especially when I'm talking about either thrillers or a drama film like Guide or Tere Mere Sapne and all that, I just find the economy of presentation of the script. I mean, the way characters are etched out, how they are introduced, and how little time it takes to move from point A to point B to C to D, so that the films are packed. At the same time, they don't seem rushed, and they have their sort of terra wherever they're required. And I mean, I don't know, even now when I'm sort of scripting a film, I will show my assistants, okay, let's watch this scene from this film and see how this has been tackled, and things like that, which happens with a few filmmakers. We don't do it with all filmmakers, and but in suspense and thrillers, definitely. But not only that, even in a film like Guide, I mean, just those conversations between him and Devanand and Vaida Rahman, where he, where after she's tried to commit suicide, and the way he speaks to her, I mean, like today, if I give that scene to some writer and say, okay, some new, student of writing is, okay, just write this scene, we'll be writing all over the place, but here it's coming, the direct points are hitting you, and I don't know how. That's one man doing it. And many of the stories are like, for example, the thrillers especially, they are usually written by either K. Narayan, wrote a couple of them, and K. Narayan is a writer of many more movies. He's written Chori Mera Kaam also, and so many other movies, which are all done well also. But when Vijay Anand takes his material, I don't know what he does with it. It just becomes something else, and I have not seen that in the other movies. I have actually met K. Narayan once by chance. After Johnny Gaddar. By the way, one of my films, Johnny Gaddar, I sort of when the film got over, I had all these, when I was doing it, I never thought about it. Like I had this actress, the girl play. I don't call her heroine. The girl's character. She's reading a guide, and she's also going through a sort of she's also being unfaithful to her husband, and she's having a scene with somebody else. Then a lot of, I had one scene where this guy Neil Nitin Mukesh, he has to give his name in a lodge, and this Johnny Medram's that famous scene is playing. Bol kya naam hai tera? And he says Johnny, and so this guy says my name is Johnny. So all these things I had, and that's why in fact we called it Johnny Gaddar, just to give it a thing. And I sort of dedicated the film to James Hadley Chase and Vijay Anand, who I think both were, in my growing years were very, very influential in my sort of whatever I used to think about stories and love stories.
गोल्डी साहब का एक और चीज़ मैं बता दूं, गोल्डी साहब डायरेक्टर थे, स्क्रीन प्ले राइटर थे, इसलिए के नारायण का कहानी अगर वो लेंगे तो स्क्रीन प्ले गोल्डी साहब लिखते थे, डायलॉग राइटर थे और अमेजिंग डायलॉग राइटर है गोल्डी साहब जैसे डायलॉग राइटर. आई थिंक सलीम जावेद ऑल्सो कम अ सेकेंड. एक्चुअली गोल्डी साहब का इतना पावर था लैंग्वेज की, उनको इतनी कमांड थी भाषा की, और वो फिल्म एडिटर भी थे. तो ये पूरा पैकेज थे गोल्डी साहब, और वो पैकेज इतना डेडली है क्योंकि कैमरा के अलावा उन्हें सब कुछ आता था, और अगर कैमरा उन्हें नहीं आता था तो उनको लेंसिंग की बहुत इतनी अच्छी समझ थी कि मैं आपको क्या बताऊं कि ही वुड आई राइट अबाउट तीसरी मंजिल यूजुअली जब हम लोग थ्रिलर्स बनाते हैं, श्री राम प्लीज़ करेक्ट मी इफ़ आई एम रॉन्ग, हम लोग मोस्टली टेलीफोटो लेंस में करते हैं. मैंने दैट इज़ द होल डायरेक्टोरियल थिंग दैट यू डू बिकॉज यू वांट मिनिमम डिस्ट्रैक्शन फॉर द ऑडियंस. कैसे आपको सीन टू सीन मूव करना है तो आप ऑडियंस इधर उधर नहीं देख सकती है. तो जब तीसरी मंजिल के बारे में मैं लिख रही थी तो मेरा बड़ा एक जेन्युइन क्वेरी बहुत सालों से थी कि आपको अगर बिकॉज इट्स अ हू डन इट्स अ मर्डर मिस्ट्री, तो आपको एक बार पता चल जाए कातिल कौन है तो फिर आप वो दोबारा फिल्म नहीं देखना चाहते. पता चल गया ना. या आप एम नाइट श्यामलन की सिक्स सेंस हो तो फिर आप कहते हो उस साला मतलब ये जानना है कि कैसे इसने हमें बेवकूफ़ बनाया, उसके बियॉन्ड नहीं. पर तीसरी मंजिल आप देखते ही जाते हैं 5-5 6 बारी. क्यों? तो मुझे ऐसे लगा कि, और मैं रियली कैन यू करेक्ट मी बिकॉज देयर आर सिनेमेटोग्राफर्स बाय टीचर्स आल्सो सिटिंग इन द क्राउड. आई थिंक गोल्डी टुक अगेन अ inverted mind he had. He did the whole film in wide angle lens. So now wide angle lens से आई कैन, आप अगर फिल्म देखते तो आपकी आँख को डायरेक्टर बांध के नहीं रख रहा है.
कहाँ है उनका अड्डा किधर है, और मैं तुमको I'll send you to Hong Kong. मतलब तुम्हारा क्या, you want to go to Hong Kong, take the money and go. तो क्या होता है, पिक्चर खत्म होता है. So because the movie is over in the first half itself, that was the first act. So now there's a scene where he takes them back there and that guy gets killed, which I thought was something very bold for both the brothers to do, because it's like a really grey shade in a 1970 movie, which they don't normally do. And
It's very cruel, very cruel.
And he had done that, even say Bombay Ka Babu, and so many movies of Dev Anand have this, he is willing to play certain really grey characters.
Yeah, including Jal also, where he's actually not in love with Geeta Bali at all. He's just setting her up. He's a smuggler, so he needs his mal to go from point A to point B via Goa. So a total cad. He plays a total cad. But I think Dev Sahab would bring such a lot of charisma and warmth to whatever he would play. And that really brings me to really the relationship, because that's a very important one. If you've bought the book and if you've got the book, I want to remind you, there's a still of Johnny Mera Naam where Goldie Sahab standing with his arm like that and Dev Sahab's holding his arm. Hema Malini is standing behind and she is like wondering kya ho raha hai. and Dev Sahab is looking miserable. Dev Sahab is looking frowning, miserable, and Goldie is just very calm. He's just standing there. And the line which is going to be short is a line because I know my Johnny Mera Naam also by heart. So, बाहों की इन जंजीरों में ना हाँ तो हम जकड़ेंगे मुड़ जाएगी मेरी तो ऐसे तो नाजुक नहीं हाथ सरकार के तो ही हैज़ टू ड्रैग हर बाय द आर्म. Now for Devanand, he was very image conscious. He was a gentleman. So every time, this jhagda would happen on the sets and Dev Sahib would say, but Devanand won't do that. I'm not going to drag a woman by her arm. Devanand doesn't behave like this. So Goldie Sahab is patiently standing and saying, आप try करो, आप खींचोगे नहीं, हेमा जी आएंगे अपने आप. तो आप वो खाली उस स्टिल में दैट स्टिल स्पीक सो मच टू मी देयर इज मिजरी कि ये मुझसे क्या क्या करवाता है. सो दैट इज़ द रीजन गोल्डी साहब हैड द एबिलिटी टू पुश. दे वर ब्रदर्स, 11 साल का फ़र्क था. एंड बाय गोल्डी साहब एडमिशन गोल्डी साहब उनसे बहुत डरते थे. ये मैंने एक्चुअली इन एक्शन भी देखा. आई टेल यू दैट स्टोरी लेटर. दैट गोल्डी साहब वाज रियली एंड व्हेन आई आस्क्ड हिम because he was very unhappy with the story of Johnny Mera Naam. He said, I don't like, lost and found. ये क्या बेवकूफ़ी की कहानी है. पर देव साहब ने हाँ कह दी तो मैं, मैं क्या करता. तो I said, आप ना कह सकते थे. तो गोल्डी साहब just looked at me. He said, मैं ना मतलब मुझसे 11 साल बड़े हैं वो. मैं डरता हूँ उनसे. तो मैंने कहा बट आप डायरेक्ट करते हैं उनको. बोले नहीं वो प्रोटोकॉल कभी नहीं तोड़ते. ऑन द सेट्स आई एम द बॉस. पर 11 साल का फ़र्क तुम्हारी जेनरेशन को कुछ नहीं लगेगा. और मेरे अपने भाई 9 साल 8 साल बड़े हैं. उनसे मेरी बराबर कुश्ती दंगल मैच चलता था. सो मुझे रियली नहीं समझ आया ये व्हाट वाज दिस होल थिंग. एंड देयर वर अ लॉट ऑफ डिसएग्रीमेंट्स बट देयर वर अ लॉट ऑफ एग्रीमेंट्स. तो गोल्डी साहब जैसे गाइड गोल्डी साहब नहीं डायरेक्ट करना चाह रहे थे. ही हैड सेड नो. गोल्डी साहब का एक बड़ा कॉन्जर्वेटिव स्ट्रीक था. तो जब गाइड का उनको सब्जेक्ट पता चला कि अब अडल्ट्री थीम है तो उनको इंटरेस्ट नहीं था. तो वो बेसिकली उनको चेतन साहब ने हकीकत में रोल दे दिया तो भाग गए वो. वो मुझे बोले कि दिस कैन नॉट बी इंडियाज़ रिप्रेजेंटेशन टू द वेस्ट. ही वॉज वेरी एडमेंट अबाउट इट. तो खैर आप किताब पढ़िएगा जो कुछ हुआ. जब गोल्डी साहब आए तो उन्होंने बहुत कंडीशंस रखे थे. पहली कंडीशन ये थी कि स्क्रीन प्ले पे टोटल अख्तियार उनका होगा. इट विल बी हिज स्क्रीन प्ले. इट विल बी डिराइव फ्रॉम स्टोरी बट इट विल बी हिज. ही वांटेड वैजंती माला एंड ही वांटेड टू चेंज द एंडिंग. बिकॉज मैंने उस ज़माने में अभी तो आप यूट्यूब पे देख सकते हैं अंग्रेज़ी वाली गाइड. तो गोल्डी आनंद ने हिंदी गाइड में जो मैजिक किया है ना वो आप अंग्रेज़ी की देखिए. उस समय था नहीं तो एक प्रिंट होता था हमारा तो उसको 35 mm का. तो उसको साफ़ करके मिसिंग रील्स करके देव साहब इरिटेटेड हो रहे थे मेरे से. फाइनली आई वेंट एंड आई सॉ द फिल्म. और हमारा एडिटिंग रूम उनके ऑफिस के कमरे के बाजू में होता था. तो मैं रात को 8 बजे करीब देख के निकली तो उनको सुनाई तो देता था कि ये देख रही है. तो वो अपने कमरे से वो टाइमिंग पकड़ के निकले. तो मेरे को पूछते हैं कैसी लगी. तो मैंने ऐसे किया. तो पहली बार ही स्पार्क्ड एंड ही सेड हाँ भाई तुम लोग तो गोल्डी को ही गुरु उस्ताद मानते हो ना.
But I want to ask you, is it true? I've heard the story that at the end of Guide, Devanand wanted that, when the Pani Vani Aata, he faints and then he survives and he comes to know that Vaidaraman is pregnant with his child. Apparently, he offered that as a possible solution to the end of the movie on a happy note. And Vijayanand looked at him aghast. कि क्या पागल है क्या मतलब?
नहीं मुझे ऐसा कभी उन्होंने बोला नहीं है.
बोला नहीं होगा लेकिन ये मैं सुना है ऐसा 2-3 ऐसा कहानियाँ. One more I heard was like
नहीं ऐसा
during वहाँ कौन है तेरा?
He will die was गोल्डी साहब का प्री कंडीशन टू राइट द फिल्म. और गोल्डी साहब ने तब एक चीज़ जो हमारे फिल्म के जितने लोग बैठे हैं वो जानेंगे. गोल्डी साहब ने एक मेरे को रियली जो कहते हैं ना गुरु मंत्र दिया था. उन्होंने कहा था स्टोरी द स्क्रीन प्ले इज़ अ डिफरेंट बीस्ट फ्रॉम द स्टोरी. तब मेरे को इंटेलेक्चुअली ये बात समझ आई थी. मैं भी छोटी थी, थोड़ी अक्ल की कच्ची भी थी तो अभी भी हूँ. पर अभी थोड़ा काम करके मार खा के काम समझा है. तो अब मुझे समझ आता है, क्योंकि आप अगर अंग्रेज़ी की गाइड देखेंगे, गोल्डी साहब जहाँ से गाइड शुरू करते हैं 3/4 कहानी ख़त्म हो चुकी है। वो जेल से बाहर निकल रहा है, वहाँ से कहानी शुरू, मतलब इफ़ यू रियली, तो स्क्रीन प्ले पे जो उनका था, जिसमें लव अफेयर भी टूट गया है, एंड देन एक फ्लैशबैक, मतलब वहीदा रहमान के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से फ्लैशबैक, बहुत सारी गाइड करें तो बहुत उन्होंने खुसूसियतें की, बट दिस आई हैवंट हर्ड फ्रॉम।
These are all sort of.
We'll just let him say something.
No. I mean, but it's like I'm also asking her a question. I also heard that the very beginning when he comes out of jail, apparently Vijayanand wanted him to come out a little more sort of, like jail se aadmi nikla. He's not going to look like Spick and Span as if he's out on a guide ka jaisa. But he said no way. The first time they're seeing me, they have to see me. Like he was quite a vain man in a good way, I think. But why not?
नहीं, आई थिंक वो हो सकता है कि देव साहब का
4-5 घंटा या 1-2 दिन they didn't shoot. Then Vijayanand said कि he'll come, he'll do what I'm saying.
he'll do, वो कर लेते थे उनका, बट देव साहब वॉज वेरी सॉर्ट ऑफ इमेज कॉन्शियस, बिकॉज डेथ का तो वॉज अ गिवन, बिकॉज वो गोल्डी साहब के लिए था कि इट्स अ बिट्रेयल ऑफ द ऑडियंस, एंड हिज फिल्म वॉज अबाउट ट्रांसेंडेंस, सो उसमें मरना तो था ही।
He may have tried it just like that.
नहीं, बिकॉज इफ़ यू रीड द बुक ऑल्सो ना, गोल्डी साहब, देव साहब को इतना नेगेटिव इसके लिए प्रेस में, मतलब जो उनके एडवाइजर्स थे, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स, एग्जिबिटर्स, वो बोल रहे थे फिल्म के एंड में मर जाओगे तुम तो फिल्म चलेगी नहीं। तो मे बी उससे थोड़ा सा करके कि अगर हम बचा लें इसको, हीरो को, तो गोल्डी साहब ने कहा होगा नहीं देव साहब वो नहीं होगा, तो बात रही गई हो गई। बट ही वॉज अंडर, बिकॉज अंग्रेज़ी वाली बॉम्ब हो गई थी, एंड ही वॉज अंडर ट्रिमेंडस, इतना नेगेटिविटी थी इस फिल्म के बारे में कि ये बकवास फिल्म है, और किस तरह की चीज़ें, यहाँ का जो इसमें हीरो है वो औरत के पैसे पे खाना जीता है, इसके बाद देवानंद का करियर ख़त्म हो जाएगा। Those are horrible things to say,
No, I think this whole concept of hero and heroine itself is not a valid thing in certain movies, no?
Yes, totally. Okay.
Yeah, you can ask and then we can continue on.
So, would you like to tell something about why he did not choose Goldie, or was there any dispute or something?
देखिए, एक तो मैं उसमें
That was an excellent film. The philosophy, the philosophy he depicted in the film, that was excellent. And after that, we did not see that kind of work from Dev Saab as a director.
नहीं, I would again beg to disagree. I think Desh Pardesh is a terrific structure. हाँ, so please see, because वो structure बहुत बढ़िया है।
Please tell briefly about the Prem Pujari.
प्रेम पुजारी एक्चुअली थोड़ा एक मिसनॉमर है। देव साहब ने 3 देवियाँ घोष डायरेक्ट करी है प्रेम पुजारी से पहले। देव साहब ने जब गुरुदत्त को ये बोला था मेन स्ट्रीट पे साइकिल चलाते हुए कि अगर मैं प्रोड्यूसर बना तुझे डायरेक्टर बनाऊंगा, उन्होंने कहा मैं, तो कहीं पर 2 एकदम जवान लड़के हैं, 20-22 साल के बच्चे हैं, अनसर्टेन प्रोफेशन में हैं, आज़ादी हो गई है, बट इट्स इंडिया इज़ गोइंग थ्रू अ लॉट ऑफ टर्मोइल। इन्हें इतना कॉन्फिडेंस कैसे था? जब इनका भाई का करियर एकदम डाउन हुआ तो इनको एज एन एक्टर 10,000 रुपया साइनिंग अमाउंट मिला था तब, तो ये लेके गए, बोले हम लोग फिल्में बनाएंगे नए तरह की, तो चेतन आनंद को ये लेके आए। तो कहीं पर आई थिंक देव साहब के जहन में ये हमेशा था कि ही वांटेड टू बी पार्ट ऑफ द शेपिंग ऑफ अ फिल्म, ही वाज नॉट जस्ट एन एक्टर। तो 3 देवियाँ उनकी घोष डायरेक्टेड है, गैम्बलर उनकी घोष डायरेक्टेड है, अमरजीत का नाम दोनों में दिया था, जैसे अमरजीत का नाम हम दोनों में दिया था। तो ये तो जब झूल थी वो शूट कर रहे थे तो चाइना बॉर्डर के एकदम करीब थे, तो वहाँ पे अक्रॉस द बॉर्डर, चाइनीज़ बॉर्डर, एक कुत्ता रात को बहुत भौंक रहा था, सफ़ेद रंग का पोमेरेनियन था, तो उन्होंने देखा वो चाइनीज़ सोल्जर ने आके उसे गोली मार दी। तो देव साहब को इतना झटका लगा और वहाँ से कहीं से प्रेम पुजारी ट्रिगर हुई थी उनके मन में, तो कि ऐसा, और मैंने वो पूरी फिल्म हाथ से लिखते थे, तो मैंने जिस फिल्म में असिस्ट किया था तो वो मैंने देखा था उसमें, और तो उनके अंदर डायरेक्शन करने का बग था आई थिंक, एंड आफ्टर गाइड ही रियली रियलाइज। मुझे ऐसा कभी दोनों ने एहसास नहीं कराया, मैं छोटी भी थी और मेरे को ये थोड़ी बदतमीज़ी लगती थी क्योंकि इंडस्ट्री में गॉसिप होती थी। अब गॉसिप में जब तक आपको कोई सामने से ना कहे आप क्यों पूछेंगे? तो मैंने कभी पूछा नहीं, बट आई थिंक ही रियली वैल्यूड गोल्डी साहब्स वर्क. बट गोल्डी साहब ऑल्सो हैड नेवर, एक्सेप्ट फॉर जॉनी, he had never anything to negative to say about Dev Sahab. Never ever, you know. Including जो तीसरी मंजिल का झगड़ा हुआ था, तो इतना बड़ा भाई छोटे भाई के लिए लड़ रहा है पार्टी में कि गाइड के बाद तुम उसे ब्लैक एंड वाइट फिल्म दे रहे हो कोई राजेश खन्ना के साथ, और कलर फिल्म तुम बनाओगे, ये क्या बात है? झगड़ा ये हुआ था. हाँ, तो ये तो कोई दो, हाँ ये कोई सिबलिंग राइवलरी और उस तरह का ऐसा मुझे कभी. और कितना देव साहब इतना शैटर हुए हैं गोल्डी साहब के जाने के बाद कि मेरी जाके उनको मिलने की हिम्मत नहीं हुई. तो और गोद में खिलाया था, बहुत प्यार करते थे. तो देव साहब का ये जो आपका क्वेश्चन है, उनका कीड़ा डायरेक्शन का आई थिंक बहुत पहले से था.
But Prem Pujari was really the image of the Dev Saab, and he was against the war.
हाँ.
Because that film is still contemporary.
जी,
Dev
जी.
Saab was against the war.
जी. और कलकत्ते में ये स्क्रीन कर रहे थे, तो नक्सलाइट मूवमेंट उस समय बहुत था. तो somebody had thrown a bomb at a theater जहाँ पे दिखाई जा रही थी. तो वहाँ के सारे एग्जिबिटर्स ने फिल्म हटा ली. सो फिर फिल्म का एक वो sort of negative ripple effect हुआ. But the film is really beautiful if you watch it. जी. गोली साहब never said. मैं क्या कहूँ आपको? जी. मैंने इसके बारे में भी किताब में लिखा है. मैंने गोल्डी साहब को मैंने कहा कन्फ्रंट करूँगी. तो मैंने कहा बताइए किसने की है? तो बोले तुम बताओ किसने की है. तो मैंने कहा आपने किया और कैसे? तो बोले कैसे पता? तो मैंने कहा आप एक फिल्म शुरू करते टाइम ऑफ सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर, और उसके बाद 7.5 मिनट कोई डायलॉग नहीं है. एक लड़का एक लड़की के लिए इंतज़ार कर रहा है, फिर वो लड़की आती है, फिर वो गुस्सा है, और वो फिर उसको सेंसिबली सिगरेट और लाइटर ऑफ़र करती है. चिक नहीं करती कि सिगरेट नहीं पीनी चाहिए. तो हंसने लग गए खूब. और मैंने कहा उसके बाद अभी ना जाओ छोड़ के 7.5वें मिनट पे शुरू होता है. तो ऐसे काउंटर थीमेटिकली वॉर फिल्म शुरू करना आपके अलावा कौन सोच सकता था?
That's a valid point, but
तो हंसते रहे, लेकिन कभी भी मुंह से नहीं कहा कि अमरजीत ने नहीं बनाई. ही डिडंट से इट. ये लोग अलग ग्रेस के लोग थे. ये लोग इस तरह का छोटी बात नहीं करते थे. पंचम दाने जितने मेरे इंटरेक्शन है, कभी ये नहीं कहा ये ट्यून मैंने बनाई, दादा मेरे बाबा ने ले ली मेरी ट्यून. नॉट वंस. जी.
Hi,
wow.
good afternoon. Firstly, a big fan of yours, Shriram sir.
Yes.
Amazing movies. So, round of applause for you. You know, Badlapur and Andhadhun.
Thank you.
It's too good. Ma'am, my question to you is, you know, unfortunately, I don't belong to that generation where the Anands were very popular. So, I personally feel that, you know, despite such great body of work of Mr. Vijay Anand himself, do you think he got overshadowed by the aura of Devanand, the majestic Devanand? Because his body of work speaks equally. Am I right?
ये हिंदुस्तान की कमज़ोरी है और कुछ नहीं है. क्योंकि हम आज एक डायरेक्टर बैठे हैं और आप उनका इतने उनको ग्रीट कर रहे हैं. हिंदुस्तान माफ़ करिएगा, लेकिन हम लोग सिनेमा इलिटरेट लोग हैं, और हम लोग फिल्म स्टार से बहुत ऑब्सेस्ड हैं. हम क्रिकेटर को भी स्टार बना देते हैं. तो हम लोग का कुछ देयर इज़ समथिंग नॉट क्वाइट राइट विद द वे वी थिंक. बट आप तो गोल्डी साहब का काम देव साहब की वजह से कभी ओवरशैडो नहीं होता. पर गाइड के लिए मैं कहती हूँ कि वो अनफेयर है, लेकिन गाइड देवानंद की गाइड के नाम से जानी जाएगी. क्योंकि जिस तरह का रिस्क और जिस तरह की ऑडेसिटी देव साहब ने ली, कंपनी बंद होने पे आ गई थी. तो दैट फिल्म नॉट टू टेक अवे गोल्डी साहब थंडर, बट हम लोग श्री राम भी बताएंगे, हम लोग जब एफटीआई में पढ़ने गए तब हमने गोल्डी साहब डिस्कवर किया. ओ बाप रे, ये कर रहे हैं. और इसलिए हम लोगों की इतनी दोस्ती है, बॉन्डिंग है, क्योंकि हम एक ही गुरु के सारे भक्तगण थे. तो लेकिन हमको भी, क्योंकि गोल्डी साहब का क्राफ्ट बहुत इनविजिबल था, शोई नहीं था, फ्लैशी नहीं था, इन योर आई नहीं था. आपको एक्चुअली सिनेमा की जब समझ आए तब आपको समझ आएगी. और मैं एक चीज़ से ये एंड करूँगी. तुम मुझसे क्विज करना चाह रहे थे. आई वांटेड टू आस्क यू अ क्विज. श्रीराम राघवन, whom have you worked with before you joined FTI as an assistant?
Mukul Anand.
Okay, Mukul Anand he worked with in Etbar. Okay, much after I'd written the book, a month or two later, I read an interview of Mukul Anand's, who was assisting Chetan Anand. Yeah. And he said कि चेतन साहब का बड़ा मिस्टीरियस प्रोसेस था. चेतन साहब लिखते भी फिल्म उधर जाके थे सेट पे. तो बोले एक आदमी जिसने मुझे सिनेमा सिखाया है वो है विजय आनंद. सो आई वाज लाइक, आई थॉट ऑफ यू लाइक एट दैट मोमेंट कि राघवन का तब से जो प्रेम था गोल्डी साहब से. सो एंड मुकुल आनंद का अगर आप क्राफ्ट देखें, इट इज़ जस्ट, आप जाके खुदा गवाह का तू ना जा मेरे बादशाह देखिए. दैट्स अ विजय आनंद पिक्चराइजेशन. And one picturization of yours, please tell us about the Mile Do Badan that you did.
So there's a movie Blackmail which has this song Mile Do Badan, which is a very wonderful situation where this couple are married, but this marriage is not consummated because of misunderstandings between them, which gets solved only in the absolute climax when they are hiding. And for sort of there are villains after them to kill them, and they're hiding in this log. What is it called? Just a bunch. There's some logs.
Pile of logs.
And they are the proximity between them is like really close, and they are like lying opposite to each other, but the head and feet kind of a thing.
ulta hai.
And that's where the song comes, and the song is also sort of the way it's orchestrated is like a thriller, you know. So I just loved that. So when I was doing Agent Vinod, the film didn't do well, but there was this one sequence where there's this Rapta song, which I again wanted to do in a similar manner. So I did in a single shot with action all around, and these two are getting closer to each other. Wow. This is all little things we whacked from the greats.